Welcome from the Voice of Sweden with some more information for you about the immigration and papers demanded. Residence and permit cards. If you have granted the residence permit, you will also receive a residence permit card as proof that you are permitted to live in Sweden. The card has a computer chip that contains your fingerprints and photo of you. You always need to have your residence permit card with you when you go to the government agencies or health care services. Being photographed and having your fingerprints taken. Everyone who is going to receive a residence permit card has to be photographed. Children under the age of 6 do not need to have their fingerprints taken. Anyone who cannot be fingerprinted for physical reasons, such as permanent finger injuries, does not have to have their fingerprints taken either. Your fingerprints and photo are only stored on the card chip, not anywhere else. For that reason, you have to be photographed again and have your fingerprints taken again every time you need to have a new residence permit card issued. There is no change for the issuing of residence permit cards other than application fee for the permit. If you are outside of Sweden, if you need a visa to travel to Sweden, you have to visit the Swedish Embassy or Consulate General in order to have your picture or your fingerprints taken. Not all embassies or consulates general have the possibility to photograph you and take your fingerprints. Read more at the website of the embassy or consulate general before your visit. Countries whose citizens need a visa to enter Sweden. List of foreigner citizens who require visa for entry into Sweden. Updated at the 19th of August 2020. The citizens of these countries need to have visas before entering the Schengen area. Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Angola, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Belarus, Belize, Benin, Bhutan, Bolivia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Viva, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cambodia, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Central African Chad, China, Hong Kong, and Macau, Comoros, Congo RP, Congo Rep, Cuba, Djibouti, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Fiji, Gabon, Gambia, Georgia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Guyana, Fiji, Haiti, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Ivory Coast, Jamaica, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Korea, North, Kosovo, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Lebanon, Lesotho, Liberia, Libya, Fyrom, Madagascar, Malawi, Maldives, Mali, Mauritania, Moldova, Mongolia, Montenegro, Morocco, Mozambique, Myanmar, Burma, Namibia, Nauru, Nepal, Niger, Nigeria, Northern Mariana Islands, Oman, Pakistan, Palestine, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Qatar, Russia, Rwanda, Sao Tome Principe, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Serbia, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Suriname, Swaziland, Syria, Taiwan, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Thailand, Togo, Tunisia, Turkey, Turkmenistan, Uganda, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, Yemen, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So, Swedish embassies and consulate general. The Sweden abroad. Travel and living abroad. Sweden abroad offers help for Swedes abroad. Embassy travel advice only available in Swedish. Services for Swedish companies only available in Swedish. Going to Sweden, visit an immigration, visiting Sweden, moving to someone in Sweden, studying in Sweden, and doing business with Sweden. You can read these also and find in some more help. If you don't need a visa to travel to Sweden, you will be photographed and fingerprinted in Sweden. You must visit the migration agency as soon as possible after receiving a residence permit and arriving in Sweden. If you are in Sweden, if you wish to extend the permit in Sweden, or if you need a new maintenance permit card, then you need to visit the Swedish Migration Agency to have your photographs and fingerprints taken. This also applies to people applying for protection in Sweden who do not have a permit here already. You will need to bring your passport with you when you visit the Swedish Migration Agency. When your residence permit card is ready, it will be sent to your address in Sweden. It is therefore important that you are able to state your address in Sweden when you visit the Swedish Migration Agency to have your photograph and fingerprints taken. Book an appointment with the Migration Agency for having your photograph and fingerprints taken. The Migration Agency's visiting addresses and opening hours. If you change your address and if you want your residence permit card to be sent to you to your home, you need your address. If you have moved, you can state your new address when you visit the Migration Agency. Remember to tell us if you're living with someone else and have a CO address. When the residence permit card is ready, if you were photographed and fingerprinted at an embassy or consulate general, you will receive your card from them. Ask the embassy or consulate if they will send it to you or if you have to go there to pick it up. Once you've got a decision to grant you a residence permit, it can take up to 4 weeks to manufacture the card and send it to the embassy or consulate general. If you were photographed and fingerprinted at the migration agency, your card will be sent to your home address within a week. Your address and your residence permit card is manufactured when the decision is made, but not earlier than 3 months before the validity of the residence permit begins. It is not possible to speed up the manufacturing or delivery of the card. The card has changed appearance. A new look residence permit card was introduced on the 1st of December 2020. Cards issued before that date do not need to be replaced. Your card will continue to be valid for as long as your residence permit is valid, or for a maximum of 5 years. You will be sent a new card when you receive your decision for an extension to your residence permit or when your current card expires. Data contained on the card. The residence permit card contains information about what type of permit you have and how long your card is valid. Among other things, your personal data is also on the card. On the back of some cards is the text "Permitted to work." This is when the decision you received doesn't directly indicate that you have the right to work, such as when you have been granted a permanent residence permit. But if you were granted a work permit in Sweden to begin with, the decision will say that you have a work permit and therefore your card doesn't need to have the text "permitted to work" in the back. For children, the text is included where applicable from the time they turn 16. Check the information on your card and always check that the name of your residence permit card is the same as the name in your passport. If your card has the wrong name, you have to visit the migration agency or the embassy in order to get a new one. Take your passport with you. If you change your name, you first need to contact the tax agency, which is responsible for the population register. In order to register your new name, then you have to visit the migration agency in order to get a new residence permit card. When you travel, you have to show the card together with your passport. The card cannot itself be used as an identity document or a travel document. Validity of the card: you will receive a new residence permit card every time you are granted a new extended residence permit. The card is valid for the same period as the permit, but never for more than 5 years. When you need a new residence permit card, you have to be photographed and have your fingerprints taken again. Always bring your old residence permit card with you when you visit the Swedish Migration Agency for a new card. If you lose the card, If you lose your residence permit card or if it gets stolen, you must first report this to the police. Then you have to visit the migration agency in order to have your photograph and fingerprints taken for a new card. Take a copy of the police report you received from the police, either when you made the report or afterwards by post. If you haven't received your card, have you been waiting a long time for your residence permit card? The reason may be that the card has been returned to the migration agency. This can happen if the migration agency has the wrong address for you. Contact information to the immigration agency. And this is all our new information for you. Hope that we have been of any help for the information you need. Thank you very much for watching. Any more information we shall inform you very soon. Thank you very much.